All right, welcome to today's live stream. I'm Jaden Sterling, the founder and CEO of SSP Software. So glad to have you here. Thanks so much for joining in, and welcome to all our new subscribers. We are thrilled to have you on our platform. And every week I do my best to educate, inspire, to share what I know is going on in the markets and how you can profit from it. So today let's talk about, let me get to the home page here. Let's get to what's going on. We have the kind of a slow trading day. The Dow off very little, $120. NASDAQ down slightly. Crude oil up. I think that is going to continue up with the Syria issue. I think that's also allegedly the Syrian government was overthrown. And I think that's going to affect oil. It's going to affect silver and gold prices. It's just going to affect a lot of things. We just have to see how this plays out, though. We got Bitcoin off slightly below that $100,000 threshold. Now folks are talking about a potential $250,000 threshold for Bitcoin. That remains to be seen, but with all the buying from governments to corporations buying a limited supply of an asset, it could very easily continue higher. The S&P down. What else did I want to point out? I want to look at gold. Let's talk gold. Gold up today. Not a surprise, up about 1% to 26.84 a ounce, a troy ounce, and that's in US dollars. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things I want to talk about. Well, let's get into the weekly earnings. We've got today after close is Oracle, C3 AI, the AI company. So we got to watch those closely to see, what the earnings have been for companies in this space, because there's a whole lot more coming out with incredible moves in this market. I'm going to talk about one specifically in a moment here, but we can gauge the health of these companies based on what the big players are doing in the market. So let's take a look. We got to really watch that closely. It's going to be interesting to see. Tomorrow after the close, GameStop. I've been talking about GameStop for quite a while. They are flush with cash. Let's fingers crossed. Let's hope they don't do another share issuance tomorrow. Oh, God, how many times has this company issued new shares? Every time they report earnings. Well, the last two they did, right? They've issued new shares, then it becomes dilutive. And as a shareholder, it becomes very difficult to make money with this stock. So fingers crossed, they have good news. Maybe the CEO even shares his game plan to move forward, what he's thinking, what he's going to do with all that cash that he's got. Day after that, Wednesday, we got Macy's. So still want to look at the retail space. Let's see what kind of earnings. Macy's would be considered one of that, I guess, like a mid-tier retailer, right? Not real high-end, but not low-end, kind of mid-tier. Let's take a look at that. And Costco on Thursday after the close. Oh, geez. That is the stock. That's a head scratcher right there. In July, they reported earnings. I thought they were going to be fantastic. They were fantastic, and the stock went down. So frustrating when this stuff happens. So let's see, how that goes this week. So just kind of an interesting smattering across the board. Remember, last week was mostly bank stocks and things of that nature. Stock market today, stocks climb to record highs as Fed members point to a December rate cut. So in the U.S. equity markets, it's still on the table for this rate cut. And in Canada, on the 11th, December the 11th, just in a few days, they'll announce, what they're going to do with interest rates. So the hope is, just to help people out, consumers out, that they continue with cutting rates. All right, I wanted to share with you, the guys have been working really diligently behind the scenes. And, you know, look, our portfolio assistant is like the part of the software that just helps glue everything together, just helps bring everything together. It gives you suggestions on what to do with cash, where to invest it, you know, those type of things. So, but we know we can always improve this feature. So start playing around with it. Let us know what you think. If you first land here, you're gonna, at this page, if you're new to our software and you haven't done anything, you're gonna land here at the risk assessment. Take a moment, takes 5 minutes, it's 13 questions. Just kind of go through it and see what your risk tolerance is, because we base everything in the portfolio assistant on your risk tolerance. I mean, in terms of what categories show up for you, in terms of what percentage to invest in those categories. So it's a very powerful tool, but you got to go through step one, which is this risk assessment. Secondly, I wanted to point out in our pick stock feature, the guys added this great search feature here. So like if you're just new to our platform and you're starting to build the base of your portfolio, and you know, we recommend 6 to 8 companies in the base of your portfolio, and you're not sure, like, you know, where to find these stocks, just click base and the below average will pop up. And same with dividend stocks. It's going to show you a dividend stock play as well. So you have many to choose from. You know, just keep going through. You could probably reduce the search by clicking just 5 stars. 5 stars are a buy in our system, buy rating. So I would definitely go that route. And, you know, as you go up, if you've already secured your base stocks and you want to go to growth, click there and then accelerate, etc. So I think you're going to really like that feature. And then what happens is the base stocks, blue, growth, green, yellow, orange, accelerate. So those, as you can see, recommendations or that category the stock fits in on our website is shown on every single company. So if you've, you know, come across our like maybe you're like, all right, let me click the magic stock selector. Let's see what's going on there. And you know, it brings up this great company, Gerdo. I don't know even how to say that, but if you're wondering what category is it? Oh, it's in the growth category. Okay, so that may be something that you would be interested in having in your portfolio. Hope that makes sense. If you have questions, let me know. Always let me know in the chat here under the live stream, or go to, and that is found, by the way, go to the home page. Right here, this is the live stream today. You just click watch today's live stream, ask your question, and I will be in there to answer it for you on next week's live stream. If you want to get your question answered sooner, go to our stock forum and post your question. It's not okay. If you get to this page and it says 33 comments, you're not on the right page. Just hit the refresh button again, and then up will pop. This is our current forum, 422 comments, and I'm in here answering questions on the regular, so let me know. All right, so let's talk. I posted just today, well, tried to do my best to post Friday, but it didn't work. So I came back today and posted about this stock, Big Bear AI. BBAI is the ticker. You know, this space is such a dynamic space. Look at this chart. Like earlier in the year, the stock hit 433 and then it moved sideways for months. Like, look at this. From the end of March all the way until the recent breakout in November 25th. Sideways movement. And what I've always said is when a stock moves sideways in price for an extended period of time, it will move 10 times off that base. So, the base is looking $1, $2, let's say $1.20 or so. If you got, that gives it a potential $12.40 price. Now, it may take time. There's huge buying over the last few days. Look at that, the volume. So it's definitely driven the price higher. But I think with this kind of play, you pick up some shares. Look, you're only talking $3.77. You buy some shares and you hold on to them. Here's why I think this has a very compelling story. They just secured a significant $165 million 5-year contract with the U.S. Army. Government contract, 5 years, divide 165 by 5, you get what, $33 million a year? They're only pulling in $40 million a quarter. So this is a huge uptick to their earnings. And I just think this thing has so much room to go. They also have $65.6 million in cash. They have a backlog of $437 million. I imagine that could be orders. It doesn't specify. I don't know why it doesn't, but it's under the positive category. So I'm thinking it might be like an earnings. Earnings that haven't been collected on, right? Something to that effect. Anyway, all good with this stock. The news seems quite compelling. Small market cap. It's funny, calling a stock 943 million a small market cap, but in today's market, it is in the accelerate category. So this is a high risk stock. So only consider this when you can take high risk in your portfolio and tread lightly. A lot of people are pointing to this issue. Tons of insiders dumping their stock. Look, most insiders are compensated through stock. And, I don't blame them. If you've got a stock doing moving sideways all year, and it finally breaks out, why not free up some cash and sell some stock? I don't see that being a big deal. But if you scroll down to the news here, it does talk about insiders selling. Maybe you have to go to page 2. Here we go. 7.5 million in stock sales by major stakeholders. It happens, right? That's just, and that was back in mid-November. So they missed a huge run up here ever since they sold their shares. Look at the average price, $1.91. Prices range from $1.75 to $1.97. So you know what? That's their thing. We don't know their cost basis. Their returns could have been fantastic. They could have got in at pennies on the dollar. So, but at any rate, I feel I got this gut feeling about this stock, and even though, it's at a much higher price today, the MFI is crazy. That's why I say go slow, toe in the water, pick up. Look, it's not much to pick up a few hundred shares of this, tuck it away for a rainy day, right? Because this whole sector just had a huge breakout last week, and SoundHound is right with it. This I did not see coming at all. SoundHound, check this out. 1477 today. Look at this meteoric jump in a week's time, like unbelievable. But again, high MFI. So this level really isn't sustainable. It's having a real tough time getting past that $15 mark. Oh, unbelievable. But 5.5 billion market cap. It is a high risk stock as well. You gotta have some money in this AI space. You know, whether you choose to do it the traditional route of like Microsoft and Google and all those, or these kind of outliers, these smaller players like SoundHound. Like, I'm always for the underdog, so this is what interests me, are companies like this, SoundHound, Big Bear, companies of that nature. But unlike Big Bear, we've got the majority of the insiders buying this stock. Very, very smart. But a very high percentage short. 23.36% of all shares outstanding are shorted. So this could have been a short squeeze, where as the price goes up, those shorts have to cover their short position. Then they're buying the stock and they're just bringing the price up of the stock. So that's pretty much how that works. I don't know. Like, we don't know yet how many are still short the stock. So those are my picks for from now until the end of the year. I'm just going right into that AI space, firmly entrenched in AI. It is where all the money is flowing. You know, I talk to portfolio managers, I talk to venture capitalists and guys who are out there doing deals all day long, and they're telling me AI all the way. Like AI has to be in a business model in order for any valuation to be added to that company. So if that's the case, you know, if that's what they're saying and that's what companies are getting the big valuations, then you owe it to yourself to put some of that in your portfolio and tuck it away and just forget about it, right? Just forget it. Forget that you even own it. And then go back to it in a few years or a decade and say, wow, look at what it's done, right? I think that's all. Oh, I would be remiss if we didn't talk SMCI. Great news on SMCI. After the close on Friday, this amazing company got approval to delay their filing, and the stock shot up, and it's up today to $45 a share. So they don't have to file their 10K until February 25th of next year, which is very positive. And the market definitely took it as a positive indicator here. But we still have this SMA 200 well above the stock price. So we need to see this convergence where the price will go up, this SMA 200 will come down, and there will be what's called a golden cross, a crossover, and that's going to continue to drive the stock higher. We'll see. I mean, a lot remains to be seen. It's a very, as they say, fluid situation, right? All right, my friend, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for connecting in with us. Please feel free to ask me any questions that you have in the chat, in the stock forum, whatever works best for you.